Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Feroz, for the very kind introduction. And I sincerely thank the entire founders, the entire team of IFPH for such a great endeavor to pull all the homeopaths across the world in one common thread. And the mission of that thread is to promote homeopathy. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, I really thank the committee for doing this. The issue which is closest to my heart is research with homeopathy. I have seen enough cases in my life where I have seen the benefit of homeopathy. My child used to suffer from asthma when he was 2 years old, and we had to rush to hospital all the time. And despite the fact that he was taking the steroid inhalers. And then our family friend in India, a homeopath, a very, very kind, generous homeopath, Mr. Podar, he kindly used to listen to all the symptoms and he prescribed arsenicum album 200 to take every 2 hours. And the day we started that prescription, my son's asthma reduced and we did not have to rush to the hospital all the time. Now, this I have seen in my life, but how many people in the world are aware of the benefit of homeopathy? Not many, because we don't have enough evidence. And probably that's what we need to work at, to show evidence to different stakeholders, to various healthcare systems, to various insurance companies, and to all the people in the world that homeopathy does work. Could you kindly allow share screen, please?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, you can do it now.
Can you see my slide?
Yes, yes.
Right. I can't see the slide. Can you all see the slide?
You put an end to the slideshow.
Put an end to the slideshow. Okay. That's not very useful. Right. Can you see it now?
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay. So Ayush and CCRH in India have done an amazing task in raising awareness and promoting all the therapies. And they are actually involved in research as well, which is quite useful. Now, Dr. Palak Shah, a couple of weeks ago, she mentioned that research module should be introduced in every college. And I personally believe that is a very good point. And I sincerely wish that if IFPH has got enough contacts in various colleges in India where they can actually convey this message, because a lot of important messages are being promoted in these meetings, which are being produced in these meetings, and it will be useful if these points can be conveyed to those bodies. Now, again, an important point for me is if there are some homeopaths who have got the research skills, probably they can form small groups and they can put all their results together, because we all know that whenever quite a few skilled people work together, their work has got a greater impact. So we can actually, we can work towards that. Now, an important point for me is research by homeopathy pharmaceuticals. The entire world knows how much conventional medicine pharmaceuticals they invest in clinical trials to show evidence of their work. These pharmaceutical companies are the giants walking on the surface of the earth, and that's the model that we need to follow. Our homeopathy pharmaceuticals, they are producing homeopathic remedies all the time. If only they could just invest half of their profit in clinical trials, that can be the game changer for us. For example, they can just pick up very simple projects. For example, there are cancer patients who really suffer from side effects of chemotherapy and radiotherapy. So we could have research project a simple double-blind clinical trial. You have two arms, one with conventional medicine, where you have got the patient showing how much the side effects they are suffering from. And then you have another arm with homeopathy plus conventional medicine, where you actually show that the patient's quality of life, their well-being is being restored, they are getting better. And that can be something very simple to show. So that's something that I believe if homeopathy pharmaceuticals can invest in that, that will really help to our cause. The next point is digital marketing. We should all request our patients to talk about their journey with homeopathy on various social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, name it. There are so many platforms at the moment. So when people will see, when they will read that this person has been healed because of this homeopathy, then more of their contracts, their friend circle will learn about homeopathy and hopefully they would like to try as well. One last thing I would like to mention is during the second wave, when it hit Delhi, there was a group in UK who actually collected funds to purchase and airlift oxygen cylinders to Delhi. Within 1 week, they were able to raise £500,000 and they purchased oxygen cylinders and they got it delivered to Delhi. So question for you all is, my friends, how were they able to raise a fund of 500,000? Because everybody is aware that oxygen is very important. It's vital for the survival of human being. And there are so many residents in the UK who have got loved ones in India that we were all touched, we were all affected, and we all pooled towards that cause. Now, if there is awareness for this, for the importance of oxygen, then why is there not enough awareness for the benefit of homeopathy? Is my key question. That why people are not aware that homeopathy is very vital to restore, to heal you, to get you better. And that's where we really need to act together. We all need to knuckle down together. We all need to put our head together and find out ways how to promote homeopathy, how to produce enough evidence such that every single person knows its importance. And for that matter, I think IFPH has done a great job in connecting all the homeopaths across the world. And perhaps if they even think of putting an annual subscription towards this, such that we can all pool in some money, and probably you can hire a couple of IT specialists to create a forum, to create a dashboard of information of all the resources available with homeopathy. That will be useful. Probably we can even recruit a couple of scientists who can actually produce clinical trials for us. And with all skilled homeopaths who are so passionate and dedicated, we can put all our results together and probably we all can work together um, and promote homeopathy. So, my friends, this is time for all of us to act and to create a revolution with homeopathy. Thank you so much, IFPH, for creating this forum, and thank you for inviting me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Vinitha. And we want to know more from your side regarding your AIDS treatment and all. So that I will come to later after the discussion of after two panelists. Okay. Yeah. So I would like to go to the next participant, next panelist, advocate. She's an advocate Anida Pandey from India. Is an advocate practicing at Supreme Court, that's a high-end court of India, and also has appeared in the high courts of Delhi, as well as in the lower courts of various states. She handles both civil and criminal cases. She is also a member of the Institute Ethics Committee of All India Institute of Ayurveda in New Delhi. Great. She is also a member of Prevention of Sexual Harassment at Workplace Committee of Noida District. Posh. She is also a standing counsel for DDA and many other prestigious government organizations. She also takes care of all legal affairs in Federation of Noida Welfare Residents Association and District Development Residents Welfare Association, DDRWA, and actively participates in the welfare activities for the residents of Noida. The issue of closest to Anita's heart is woman and child. She gives free counseling to women and children on legal issues and also guides them on the emotional and mental fronts. She is also involved with various NGOs and women's groups to address their problems and challenges on issue of domestic violence, dowry, cruelty, mental harassment, or any other social evil. She is actively engaged delivering seminars on women empowerment with Inner Wheel Club 2, out of which the most popular is on making your own will and women's right to properly and inheritance. Great, ma'am. So this is the right time. I think today's panelist, Dr. Advocate Anita Pandey, is one of the important panelists, especially the first panelist is discussing the very important topics. So I am inviting you, ma'am. So the next 10 minutes you can discuss, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this kind introduction. I am just been a patient of homeopathy, you can say, or, but I'm not a doctor. But still, I had been experimenting with homeopathy for a long time. I'm an advocate by profession. And for a long time, I was unwell, I was ill, if I had a body ache, if I had a headache, I would consult Dr. Vinita Pandey in London and would take medicines and take her prescription and buy medicines here. And I'm doing very well. I was doing very well. But very recently, with the twist with the COVID, and the COVID had badly stricken India in the month of April, and we all were very, very unwell. And I had high fever, and I had very, very bad cold and cough. So I contacted Dr. Vinita Pandey, and she suggested me some remedies. And I took Brainia for my cough, and also took Rustox for my pain. And miraculously, in just in a day or two, I completely recovered. Though I was taking conventional medicines too, but homeopathy really aided in the process. Similarly, at my parents' place also, the health was very, very unwell. And he ended up inhaling tons of oxygen in the hospital, but he was not recovering. He came back also. They released him, but then also he was not recovering, and he had a very, very distressing cough, which alarmed my parents. So they ended up consulting Dr. Leena in Bombay, which Dr. Vinita Pandey only referred. And she suggested some remedies, and he recovered in a day or two. So what I really want to stress after my own understanding with homeopathy is that there is not a good awareness about homeopathy, which I understand that people are lacking. And if we could actually create this kind of an awareness, if we can have a panel of doctors actually available and we can consult them. Because I have Dr. Vinita Pandey, and I have been collaborating between her and other patients, my friends. I have a women's group. And in case if I find that somebody is unwell, I keep on coordinating between Vinita Pandey and them. And I have seen really, really great advantages, and people have really recovered quickly. So I don't have much to contribute, but all I can say is that I'm already organizing a program of Dr. Vinita Pandey for spreading awareness through our women's wing, Inner Wheel and WMW. And I'm sure that it will benefit a lot of people. And I've already benefited a lot of people already. So I can only say all the best to all the doctors, all the panelists, everybody, all the participants who are here. If we can all put together and promote homeopathy, and it will be a great benefit to the humankind. Thank you so much. That's my small contribution to homeopathy. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Advocate Anita Pandey. We want to hear this in question answer session.
Sure.
There is a question answer session after the discussion with the third panelist. But ma'am, as an advocate, especially the Supreme Court, the advocate, and High Court advocate, we want to do a lot of things. As Dr. Anita Pandey said, no, we want to do a lot of things. Because the thing is that homeopathy, the politicians and everyone knows about the homeopathy, but the problem is
You are not audible, Feroz.
I think there's some signal problem there.
Yeah.
It is back.
can't.
Feroz, you are not audible.
Some
Yeah.
network. Dr. Shadi, can you please?
Okay. Actually, now you are audible. You can continue, Feroz.
No, can you please call this some network issue?
Okay, so I invite Dr. Asha Chowdhury from Nepal as the third panelist to take over the session now. And Dr. Asha Chowdhury is from Nepal. She has completed her MD in repertory from the prestigious National Institute of Homeopathy, NIH, Calcutta, India. Her dissertation was on the topic utility of Minden's uterine therapeutics in the treatment of leukorrhea. She also conducted seminars at NIH in a seminar on lactational disorder and its repertorial approach, and phobic disorder and its homeopathic management. She is a young, dynamic homeopathic doctor from Nepal, which is still developing homeopathy. And I invite Dr. Asha to share her viewpoints regarding how to make, what to do to make homeopathy #1 system of medicine in the world. Over to you, Dr. Asha. Next 10 minutes.
Thank you, Dr. Sazi. Thank you, Dr. Sazi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and namaste to all doctors and panelists present here in webinar. I am Dr. Asha Chowdhury, and I am practicing my own clinic in Kathmandu, Nepal. I'm so honored to get opportunity to put some of my views regarding today's topic, what needs to be done to make homeopathy #1 medicine in the world. So as we all know, homeopathy is the second largest medical system. Homeopathy is widely used all in WHO region. Around the world, more than 300 million people at least 70 countries use homeopathy. That means it exists almost in every country. So as per today's topic, how we can promote homeopathy. First, I want to say that physicians should be well qualified and treat patients on the basis of basic fundamental principles of homeopathy. That means pure homeopathy. And second thing, I'd like to say that whenever we are treating patients, working each and every cases, we should give best results so that we can increase faith of people, faith of our patients. That can promote homeopathy. And third thing I want to say that whenever we are doing our own practice, we need to think about organizing different camps, free camps in remote area. We can give free treatment to old age home and orphanage. We should think about those things also and give awareness program about homeopathy in remote area, and we should take classes in some schools so that students should know about homeopathy. Here in Nepal, in like so many remote areas, they don't know homeopathy. What is homeopathy? Whenever they have to come to clinic, they used to ask, "What is homeopathy?" It means medicine made in home. They used to say like that. So we have to say that it's not like that. So And fourth point, I want to say that during practicing, whenever we are curing our patients, we should we should need to compile all the documents and evidence and reports so that we can publish somewhere with all those evidence, like international and national journals, in some websites, newspaper that can also need to promote homeopathy, and organizing different seminars in different places, publishing books and articles. We can promote like talking in radio program and some program in television about homeopathy. Um, and somewhere we should think about advertising our system on health day, like tobacco day, cancer day, women's day, mother day, diabetic day. There is everything nowadays, so we can promote in this field also. And with conventional medicine and homeopathic, we must have potential to interact each other, so that we can know about their system and they can know about our system, how we can take both together. And we can do some research program. But there are so many research work done in India. They are still doing the research programs. And during this pandemic, COVID-19, the use of arsenic 30 as prophylaxis also help us to promote homeopathic. Here in our country also, we used to distribute so many patients there from our government hospitals also. And if I need to talk about my country, it's like here in Nepal, in Kathmandu, there is only one hospital in our country. There is no more than one hospital, government hospital in Nepal. So we are not getting that much facility to develop homeopathy here. And so there are not much doctors also here. And there is some lacking here, like whenever we used to um, uh, talk different cases, it has been always seen that there is intellectual gap between seniors and juniors. Seniors and juniors homeopaths, we need to fulfill that mutual cooperation with all seniors doctors, so that we can know more about this system. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.